Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over a team that I saw It's Axon playing on his stream, Twitch TV / ITSAXN. And It's Axon is the 2023 World Champion for Pokemon Go. So obviously he knows a thing or two about not only team comps, but basically everything in this game. So yeah, I saw him playing this team and I thought it was a bit of an odd team and I didn't quite understand it. So I decided to play it myself. And that's what we're going to see here. Just a few battles of me playing the team and getting used to it. And basically, yeah, it's a lot better than I thought it was, which makes sense. I mean, obviously, like I said before, he's a fantastic, the best battler in the world as of 2023. So probably what he does is going to be good. So yeah, I saw when starting to play this team how good it really was. So let's go ahead and go into the battles. But first, the team comp is actually going to be Empoleon in the lead, and this is Ultra League, by the way. Empoleon in the lead with Tentacruel and Giratina in the back. The Giratina has Dragon Breath. And yeah, let's get into the video. But first, or second, I guess, because I already said it's first. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Let's get into the video. All right, again, these are my battles, not It's Axon's battles, because I'm sure he would be even cleaner, and you can, again, go watch it on Twitch TV. Go watch him on Twitch TV. So Poliwrath was in the lead. This has got to be so horrific, because if I switch into Giratina, then he can Icy Wind me. But then I figured, you know what, let me do damage and then go into my hard counter. That way this thing's going to be super low. We did hit it with super effective. The next flying attack from Empoleon there is definitely going to destroy it. And guess what we see? It's from our video, the lantern from yesterday's video. So awesome. We're destroyed here by the lantern, which is what lantern will do to double water teams. To be honest, though, it's good to see it here than against Empoleon. So I get to at least come in with a hard counter of my own. I think I said in the video, grass types and dragon types really wall lantern. So, you know, we lost a Pokemon to get into this matchup, but now I get to come out of this matchup with a ton of energy. I can still throw a Dragon Claw here and then get a full farm down after that. There's no, nothing bad happening here, and at least we'll have the lead going, the huge energy advantage going into that Poliwrath matchup, because it'll be pretty low to where Dragon Breath will KO. And obviously the matchup against Empoleon is pretty bad. So yeah, definitely want to be throwing these Dragon Claws into this and really just trying to get rid of this. Technically, we could still eat an Ice Punch. I throw and really bad timing, something the World Champion would not do. And yeah, we get Icy Winded, so that's tough. At least this won't KO, but we get to see the last Mon going into this battle at least, so... Oh, he's going to stay in. Okay, we can farm this all the way down. Probably worth shielding, considering he seems really scared. Maybe it's another, like, something that gets walled by dragons. And then I just go for the farm down here to get a little bit of an energy lead going into the Vergyverg. Okay, yes. Giratina definitely hard counters Vergyverg. At least we have a lot of energy on the Giratina, and I get to throw this super effective move. That Drill Peck actually did a lot more than I thought. And, yeah, we resist everything this does, but at least we got to CMP here so that we don't get double leaf. Oh, they have Stone Edge. Okay. We don't resist Stone Edge, but we usually resist the moves I think it usually runs, which is Sacred Sword and Leaf Blade. So GG to a hard game there. Guzzlord in the lead. Definitely a Mon I wasn't necessarily ready for, but as long as we throw on good timing here, we definitely are going to be pretty good against this Mon. It actually ends up doing a lot more damage than you would think. It has Crunch, which is going to be neutral. So now it's just a matter of should I catch the one after I throw here if they decide to shield. If they don't decide to shield, then we just obviously win this matchup. But if they do decide, oh no, actually it did live. So I went into Tentacruel just to get an energy advantage. He does throw here. Tentacruel, super bulky. Mine is not fully leveled up, as you see, 2024 CP. They come in with the Zapdos. This is just a Drill Peck. Will definitely survive, even though it's going to do a ton of damage. At least we know it's not an electric move, which definitely we would not survive. So obviously we're going to get farmed down here. We're going to come in with the Giratina. Drill Peck's going to be still doing a lot of damage, but at least we're super bulky to survive through this. And I am thinking Giratina probably is going to be needed in the next matchup, though. So I could see myself shielding at some point here, probably before the next one, but we get to our move before they do, so just farm up. They try to catch on Guzzlord. They end up coming in with a Charizard, and Charizard's an interesting matchup for us because, yes, Hydro Cannon does one-shot it, but at the same time, a Blast Burn is going to be doing a ton of damage from the Shadow Dragonite. They do get a unfortunate farm down here, but I do have 2 shields. The real question is, can I survive all the wing attacks? And to be honest, it's going to be pretty close. They're going to shield here. They're going to outpace us to the next move, but we're going to outpace them with the shields, but now we're super low, but we get the farm down. That's pretty lucky for us. I mean, probably not lucky. My Giratina IVs are so horrific that it probably doesn't have a lot of extra damage. All right, Sand Slash here. So I didn't know how this matchup was going to go, so I just ended up shielding the first move, but you actually do technically live a drill run, but you are going to get farmed down afterwards from the Shadow Claws. And you also win CMP, so that's good to know as well if you are going to that next Hydro Cannon, which we are. And that's where I found out I win CMP. That makes sense. Empoleon does have a super high attack stat, but just letting y'all know in the video, just so you don't have to look up anything, and hopefully some of this information comes through to y'all. We do lose the matchup in the one shield, but I get to go for a huge farm down on Tentacruel because it double resists the poison jabs due to the steel typing there on Sand Slash. They end up coming in with Annihilate. I decide I'm going to throw a Scald. But I do go for the max energy before they can get to a Shadow Ball. And now I'm just thinking, do I come in with Giratina? They do get the attack drop. Probably I can just survive since they got the attack drop. And yeah, we do survive. I get the next Scald off. Oh, this is definitely like a Night Slash. So I decide we can survive this and then just go for a few more. I go up to, well, I go one below the next Night Slash, which is technically not 2 Scalds, but maybe I can throw a Scald into that next matchup, and hopefully it helps me out a lot. It is a Dragon, so it's probably Dragonite. If I were to guess in Ultra League, oh, Goodra. Okay, actually, Goodra is even better for us because its charge attacks are fully, all its charge attacks are resisted by Giratina Altered, and we get to throw Dragon Claws into them, so that's super effective. All right, Charizard into Tentacruel here. If this is the okay, Blast Burn. Oh, right. I switched out because I forgot. Yeah, we switched out because I don't really know that matchup, and we get to CMP on the Hydro Cannon there into the Blast Burn, and I was like, I kind of don't want to shield. I'm gonna go into Tentacruel, see what I can gain. We actually get the attack drop here, so we're not really too threatened by Muck's Thunder Punches. I think I get, if I remember this game, I think we get a second debuff here. No, we do not. Okay, well, I could shield and farm down, but you know what? I'm just going to farm down on good old Empoleon here and have myself an energy advantage going back into that Charizard matchup. So I should be able to outpace. They end up catching on Sceptile. So I decide I'm going to go for 4. I think I'd go for 4 Steel Wings here. And then I switch to catch the move, which could be a Leaf Blade. I think it could also be a Dragon Claw, but I'm not 100% on that, so don't quote me on that. And then I'm just going to go for the farm down, and then that's going to probably be GG because we're going to be able to throw a lot of fast attacks and probably even take 1 Dragon Claw at some point from the Charizard. We survived this, so I decide I won't shield because I know I can get a shield back from this, and then I just severely outpace on the Empoleon because they're not going to shield this one, but they have to shield the next one. And then I'm going to let them just throw energy into Giratina, let it go, or just switch right now and then technically have the lead. And that's going to be... Wait, they still have 1 shield technically, so... I have 2 shields. Even if we get double baited, I'm going to get to the next move. Also, we could just let it go and farm down with Giratina if I'm feeling frisky. Okay, I was. Okay, and we got to the move anyways, so GG's. At least we got to see how much the Blast Burn did, and it did a lot, so... Nice. It's a learning experience for us because we never used this team before. They come in with Skeledirge. I decide I can go for a Hydro Cannon here just to get a shield advantage and then probably come in with Tentacruel. The only things we really have to worry about is the double Shadow Ball. But I'm going to let the first one go. We're super bulky. Looks like we could probably live another Shadow Ball, so we're all good. I didn't want to go for the CMP there. Probably would have lost. We also, this Scald damage is going to be good into the rest of the, or at least into the lead as well. So, going to go up to my next energy after shielding. And yeah, it KOs, which is good for us. They come back in with Pidgeot. I decide I could have straight gone for the Blizzard there, but I'm just going to go for the Scald. I'm going to do as much damage as I can in the interim here instead of going for one big move that they could shield. And yeah, they go for the Brave Bird. I think about it and I almost just go straight into Giratina. I should have just gone straight into Giratina because I was just going to come into it anyways against this, right? So yeah, they already Brave Birded and I would have been at least one turn ahead at least, which would have been nice. But Stone Edge not even look like it does that much. And then obviously Double Kick not doing too much. And I assume it's Sacred Sword is the move on Cobalion here, which we double resist all the fighting moves here being a ghost type ourselves. And we're going for the Shadow Sneaks because it's neutral. Whereas the dragon moves are resisted. Even the Dragon Breath is resisted. So some might say, a weird switch in. I feel like this guy's going for the clock. So I want to make sure that I don't do too many bad things here. But I think this is, yeah, it KOs. But we're going to be able to Sacred Sword this. Or Sacred Sword. We're going to be able to Drill Peck this. And definitely get to a move against the Pidgeot. Plus we resist everything. So technically I could shield the first move they throw if they were going to make it to a move. But they threw Brave Bird right before dipping on the last one. So they were still 7 turns away after 2 Brave Birds. All right, Gallade lead. I was super scared of getting one shot. So I decided to come in Tentacruel, which is, I guess we would just be taking neutral from the Leaf Blades. And then my back matchup if Giratina hard counters. Oh my god, the fighting type. Gallade. Hard counters the Gallade, so I'm not too worried about that matchup. And this matchup is bad for us, but it's not the worst. You'd basically just throw Scald. You're going to lose it no matter what. And then we can probably come in with our own Empoleon and maybe go for a massive farm down. They did get the attack drop, so we're not too scared. I can't really go for a full farm down here, though, I would assume. So what I will do is measure right here. If I think I can go for the full farm down, we'll see the damage and what happens if they get to 2 or 3. And then maybe just go for the double Drill Peck. No, I'm going for the full farm down. Nice. I respect past Vergyverg here. So yeah, full farm down and then throw 2 Drill Pecks into the Gallade. They end up coming in for Alligator. This is pretty okay for me too. Obviously, Feraligatr has Shadow Claw, which is going to be super effective against my Giratina. And like I said before already, Giratina is going to be hard countering Gallade. It has no moves that it can really do to us. We resist the Leaf Blades, and we double resist the close combats. But I'm just going to let this go and then save the shields for Giratina against this Feraligatr, which I'm going to go for the farm down and then just shield anything it does. And to be fair, I can just take infinite of these moves. I mean, obviously, it's not going to get to that many moves, but yeah. And then, again, we resist everything, so not really hey, we want a showcase. Actually, I think I got 4th in that showcase. It was a Pikachu showcase, I remember, because I put it the game told me basically I could put a Pikachu in, and it recommended even the Pikachu from this season, no, last season's Legend Pika Libre. So I was like, I'm going to show this one off. But I only got 4th, so this game's going to take forever, but we just auto win, so. At this point, we almost have 2. I remember this guy shielded this, too. I mean, I guess he's got super fast attack. I almost said super effective fast attack. So, yeah, maybe just thinking he can get there, but we're super bulky. This matchup I thought was really interesting. We both kind of resist fast attacks, and it can go up to an Earthquake, which we would be really scared of. But I think this guy ends up going for... I think I end up shielding, but, you know, he already shielded once, so that's fine. He ends up going for Psychic Fangs. They come in with Verizian. I decide to gain a little bit of energy. You can go 4 very safely, infinitely safely, and then you can swap and catch if they throw right away, or if they don't, who cares? It's Giratina into Verizian. This is a very good matchup. They end up throwing another Leaf Blade, which means they probably don't have Stone Edge. This time we go for Dragon Claw. You know, guys, I'm learning from the first video with the Annihilate and the Giratina. For some reason, I was throwing ghost attacks into neutral matchups. Yeah, definitely have fixed that. Going straight Dragon Claw into good matchups, and just going for the farm down when we know they don't have Stone Edge. So yeah, when they have all resisted moves, farm it down. That's a good idea to gain energy and just get through this matchup and have... Yeah. So they come back in Steelix, and I'm like, you know, I can't really do anything with this energy into Steelix, and he's just going to farm me down for infinite. So I'm just going to go back in with Empoleon. Tentacruel kind of okay into this matchup anyways, but this guy's just throwing straight Psychic Fang, which obviously wouldn't be great for Tentacruel, but I haven't seen anything that warrants me being super scared. I get a move off against Heliodisc. Is it Heliodisc? Heliolisk. I should ask Throw Technical, since Tactical. Is that how you say it? Yeah, because he's definitely a Heliolisk user, which I think is actually really good in this league, to be honest. But definitely squishy, and definitely a mon I don't have. So I'm sure it's excelled. I don't know. I don't know anything about it because I don't use it. But I'm sure it's level 50 and it's still squishy as hell. So they go for another Psychic Fang, which is super effective against Tentacruel, but Tentacruel obviously super bulky in that move, not exactly a hard-hitting move. And then we can just go for the Scald and end it. Swampert lead, pretty bad, but kind of weird actually, because you're really only threatened by the Earthquakes, and your Hydro Cannons are still doing a massive amount of damage to Swampert. So as you can see here, 2 Hydro Cannons would KO. He does go right up to the Earthquake. I'm going to be safe and shield it. You got to respect it. And since he did throw the actual Earthquake, now I know I can farm up 6 here pretty safely. Probably I win CMP, so I could technically go 7, but that'd be risky, so I don't go for the risky move. Ends up coming in with Talonflame. I decide to go into Giratina. I just don't want to take that neutral damage. I do have 2 waters in the back for this Talonflame, so I'm not too scared. But Fly is doing a decent amount of damage. They come in with their own Giratina. I believe it has Shadow Claw, I think. So we're both dealing super effective to each other either way, but he's going to get to his moves faster. I decide I'm saving my shields, so definitely going to come back in with Empoleon when I have the chance, but he's going to be able to farm me down, which not too good for us, but we've already secured the back matchup being Tentacruel versus Talonflame, and they've already used a lot of their energy on the first Fly. It does take them 2 Incinerates to get to the second Fly. I don't know if someone didn't know that, helping them out, hopefully. So 3 to the first Fly, 2 to the second. And I'm just going to switch right away because we can at least get the Scald debuffs with this guy. But this is super GG, if that's a thing. Super GG is better than a GG, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes these Ultra League battles just take so long, you just fill the silence with saying random things. I mean, this person staying in is kind of crazy. I don't even need a shield. They've already got the defense drop, or the attack drop rather. So I'm definitely going to get to the Scald, and then, yeah, that is a GG. All right, what's the next losing lead for us? I guess this is a good matchup, but like I said earlier, it's kind of okay Tentacruel can get you kind of low, but you also get to go for like kind of infinite energy. Hopefully the Scald doesn't debuff. I don't think that changes anything. I mean, I know it doesn't change anything. It definitely doesn't change anything, but you see the Scald still does a lot of damage, but at the end of the day, we have Drill Peck for all it's worth. Not the greatest move in the world, but, you know, at least it's the one neutral move in this matchup from both sides, right? Both of them resisting each other's fast attacks, but we resist all of their charge attacks. We get to be superior with, or superior, not superior, with, although, again, you could use superior in this league. but I don't have one made. All right, they come in with a Mandibuzz. I kind of don't know what to do, so I'm like, I'll just stay in this matchup and throw Hydro Cannons, and then probably dip into Tentacruel. You definitely don't want to go into Giratina, so just in case they have something that that our Empoleon's going to be good against, I'll just dip into this neutral matchup after hitting him with Hydro. I actually tried to get to that Scald in 2. I was hoping to get there in 2. I remember playing this game. I was hoping I'd get there in 2, just to get under their their Dark Pulses. But either way, I could go for a Soft Loss here and just farm down with Empoleon. But I'm not going to shield this. If they get to another one, then we can decide. But I think I can actually just farm this down. Nice. Okay, do we have a spot where we can use this Blizzard? I kind of forgot to say at the beginning of the video, we're definitely using Blizzard. Again, didn't know exactly what to do here. I do want to go into Giratina, but probably just have to lose this matchup so that I maintain having a swap, a sack swap if needed, or even switching just out of this into the Tentacruel. But to be fair, it's a good matchup for you on either side. I do decide to go for the shield. I'm going to give my opponent credit where it's possible. And then I end up going for the neutral move because they also have 2 shields. They're probably going to give me credit. And they're getting pretty low just from the Dragon Breath. I'm already going to shield both of these for sure. If the Tentacruel does decide to go up all the way to a Blizzard, I can definitely swap in and try to catch. Or I can just get to the move if they swap into Tentacruel and they don't catch in this situation. So next one, I'll definitely go for the Shadow Claw or Shadow Sneak. I probably will go for the Shadow Sneak here, but we do have to make sure. I figured they were going to try to catch there, but yeah. GG to our opponent. So after the 4 moves, or like the 6 moves in the farm down, yeah, they're usually going to try to swap in and catch something, or yeah. All right, Rayquaza in Ultra League. I haven't seen this in a while, and Breaking Swipe was nerfed. I decided to go all the way up to a Hydro Cannon because I don't know exactly what I want to do. I know this has Moonblast. Well, I kind of have to make a call. Does it have Moonblast or does it have Future Sight? And then I'm like, I don't really want to make the call. So I'm just going to throw both of my Hydro Cannons into this. And then I decide to go into Tentacruel. Oh my god. I feel like this is Future Sight. Nope, it's Grass Knot. Okay, great. Perfect. Everything's good. We're all good. They end up throwing 2 Grass Knots here. So I think I'm going to go 3 or 4. It was Future Sight. Oh, I do remember one of our games. There was a Future Sight. I just didn't know if it was this one. And when the guy threw the Grass Knot, I was like, okay, whatever. He has Moonblast, which is resisted. Makes sense. I switched way too fast into this. Oh, I didn't switch it. Yeah, I did. I did switch after the death. I switched way too fast and their clock was up. I do get this Hydro and now I get to switch those. So I guess we took a shield, but now Brutal Swipe's going to be pretty tough on us. I don't shield this first one, but I think I do shield this second one because they still have Rayquaza in the back, which is going to be doing super effective damage to me here. So I assume they're going to shield one of these because Rayquaza is getting kind of low, and we do. Oh, they don't shield this, so I probably shield farm down, and then farm down the Rayquaza. Yeah, that's definitely what I do. Oh, okay. Switch is almost up for us. We definitely don't want to get hit by one of these, but at the same time, nice catch. Okay, without this catch, we definitely would have lost the game, so pretty fantastic catch here by us. Actually, we're super low. Okay, we don't die to 1 volt switch, which is pretty nice. All right, remember when I said I had terrible IVs? At least I had good enough IVs to survive that. All right, this is a good matchup for us, but Shadow Claw definitely makes this tough. I think if they have Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, which is not a normal moveset, this is pretty bad for us. But they end up having Dragon Claw, which means they're also running Ancient Power. So we resist both of the charge moves, and then we get to deal neutral damage throughout. Whereas they get to deal neutral damage with their fast attack, but then they're resisted on their charge attack. But their charge attacks are very fast, and Empoleon's pretty squishy by Ultra League standards, considering it has such a high attack stat. You can basically decipher that it's very squishy. They end up coming in with Poliwrath, and then I just stay in and do my damage here, and then probably just let it KO. Actually, definitely not worth it to let it KO because you do have the switch here. The switch clock is not in your advantage, but you might as well maintain your Pokemon in the back and have it as a sack swap opportunity. And especially since we have Tentacruel, which is definitely going to be hard countering this this Poliwrath. So if I remember this right, okay, yeah, he's just going straight Scald, which is what you should do, but we get the debuff. And then I just have to make this match last longer. Clocks are probably another 10 seconds away. No, it looks like 5 seconds. And then we get to go for the farm down here. Probably just let this go. Come in Giratina, farm down. Clocks are up on both sides. I could even switch in like this. Now, this switch in is pretty risky because they get to bait us or go Vergyverg here because they have swap and we don't have a switch, but I probably just have to shield. Oh man, calling this is risky. Okay, Feather Danced. Yikes. Okay, we get to throw this, but the reason we're throwing this, to be honest, is because we're just trying to get the Clocks back up. And we don't care about this Giratina. We care only about Brave Birds, even though this is super effective. I should just switch into something to catch. Okay, I wasn't going to say to catch. We should just switch into something just to remove the debuff, but catching here obviously is even better. But we're not going to have a catch for the Feather Dance / Vergyverg coming in, so we're going to have to shield our Giratina no matter what against this Pidgeot, and we got some lag there. Otherwise, I would have just thrown instantly. Now we're in a really tough position because this is a Feather Dance bait. Oh, we came in with 1 turn lag, so we CMP'd on my 1 Dragon Breath because I was trying to be smart and ended up getting really stupid. All right, we still have Empoleon in the back, so this is not that bad. Even if it had KO'd us, I think we might have been able to live a wing attack. So one of the interesting things there, I just want to say on that last battle was Pidgeot is actually ranked very high on PvPoke for Ultra League, but one thing to take note of is that it's playing it out in best case scenarios. So it's making sure. So let's start at the beginning. PvPoke lists out the best mon in the league based on the 1 shield scenarios and based on baits working. So this means that Pokemon that have insanely good bait moves, like Pidgeot, are going to be really tough to rank in the rankings. So it's going to show them very high because if I always shield a Feather Dance, I'm going to get destroyed because now I'm 2 times debuffed attack-wise, and they're going to get their Brave Birds off. So the ratings are a little skewed for Pidgeot. I know I haven't used Pidgeot in Ultra League in quite a long time. I think since it got Gust, that's like 4 seasons ago. Yeah, but it is a risky mon to play with, and with high risk comes high rewards. So yeah, obviously we shielded 2 Feather Dances, so what can I say? All right, anyways, thank you for coming by. Again, this is It's Accent's team. You can catch him on twitch.tv/ITSAXN. And he's the world champion for a reason. He was probably playing these battles way better than I am. I'm just a lowly YouTuber here, and yeah, with dreams, aspirations of becoming a world champion. So don't we all have that? If you do, definitely try out this team, and I'll see you in the next one.